I want to sidetrack a little here, if I may, and talk about Super Mario Brothers. Now, I can't mention Super Mario Brothers without going all the way back to the Mario franchise origin in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, starring a giant ape villain of the same name. Created by Nintendo's pioneering game designer Shigeru Miyamoto. Miyamoto said, and I quote, "I feel that I have been very lucky to be a game designer since the dawn of the industry. I am not an engineer, but I have had the opportunities to learn the principles of the game design from scratch over a long period of time. And because I am so pioneering and trying to keep at the forefront, I have grown accustomed to first creating the very tools necessary for game creation." Unquote. And you have to understand that just a decade before the advent of Donkey Kong, no one even knew what a video game was. So at the time, this is mind-blowing stuff with steel beams, barrels rolling down, the occasional hammering, our damsel in distress, Pauline. You get the picture, folks. At any rate, this is where Mario, as our hero protagonist for all intents and purposes, begins. But just 1 year later, Miyamoto turns everything on its head by inexplicably spinning Mario from protagonist to antagonist in 1982's Donkey Kong Jr., where Mario has now caged the giant ape, and his son Donkey Kong Jr. is here to save the day as our new hero, ever climbing and overcoming obstacles to liberate his father again and again and again. But never fear, folks. By 1983, Mario returns as our hero protagonist again in the arcade game Mario Brothers. Mario, who, along with his brother Luigi, has to defeat creatures coming out of the sewers. That's some rough stuff, folks. But as its creator, Miyamoto said, and I quote, "If you're going to defeat creatures from the sewers, you're going to have to get down in the sewers with them." Unquote. By the way, folks, does it short-circuit you that they're called Mario Brothers? Does that mean their last name is Mario? I.e. Luigi Mario, or the redundant Mario? I guess it doesn't matter. We were just happy to see Mario back on top as our hero again. But not so fast, folks. In 1984, this is just a year later, folks, Shigeru Miyamoto throws another wild pitch at us by returning the big ape to the arcade scene with Donkey Kong 3. But this time, instead of Mario returning as our hero, the little-known Stanley the Bugman will take on the big ape. It's probably a bad analogy, but since a better one evades my brain right now, just think of all of this like the James Bond 007 franchise, with Mario being Sean Connery and Stanley the Bugman being more akin to George Lazenby, appearing for this one gig and never returning again. Yes, folks, this bizarre bug zapping in a huge warehouse containing our favorite giant ape is the On Her Majesty's Secret Service of the Mario franchise. So, now we find ourselves at a great stopping point as we stand at the precipice gazing down at an epic scene for our next podcast. You know, I picture that scene from Star Wars where they're staring down at Mos Eisley Spaceport, and Obi-Wan Kenobi says, and I quote, "Mos Eisley Spaceport, you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy," unquote. But in this case, our Mos Eisley will be that supernova called the Super Mario series. Just like Super Walmart or Super Target, these games will take everything we had so far and put it on steroids, folks. So join me next time for what should be a white-knuckle epic ride. My thanks to Mario, Donkey Kong, Pauline, various barrels and foxfires, Donkey Kong Jr., Luigi, Stanley the Bugman, and various buzz bees, queen bees, creepy caterpillars, butterflies, beetles, moths, bee bombs, vine eaters, and various and sundry players from this countdown to Super Mario Armageddon.